Good morning. Thank you for joining. So today's webinar is talking about own your own AI infrastructure that is scalable, affordable, and secure, okay, for your business. So this talk, right, is a little bit technical. So there are lots of buzzwords, right? Lots of professional, like IT, software, hardware, that kinds of terminology. So you don't have to, understand everything, but you only need to take away two key points here, right? One is, so Quantia, the company we have, provide a viable infrastructure alternative to NVIDIA cluster and to cloud solutions with 30% and to 50% money savings. Okay, that's number one. Number two is on-premise AI infrastructure is cost effective. Okay, you only need take away these 2 points. That should be fine. Don't have to bother if too complicated in the more technology buzzwords. Okay, so about me, right? I have over 25 years experience in IT, networking, cybersecurity, software, and the data storage, right? I'm the CEO of Quantia, a leading company in networking, packets, data analytics for AI infrastructure. So my mission is democratize AI infrastructure for all that empower any enterprise to own an AI training inferencing cluster, right? Which is affordable, scalable, and tailored to your needs. Because AI infrastructure should be within the reach for every business ready to harness its power. So right now it's not available for everybody, right? So because of the cost and the complexity. All right, so about a company. So Quantia started as a pioneer in network traffic data analytics, leverage a unique patent technology to deliver high speed, high resolution network data traffic insight, right? This core technology, backed by granted US patent, evolving to optimize AI workload, performance monitoring, and support advanced intrusion detection systems. So today, Quantia has grown into a leading AI infrastructure provider of a scalable AI cluster designed to robust performance and security, tailored to meet the demands of modern AI workload. So this slide show you is on-premise solution, on-premise investment is cost effective, right? So if you see, okay, if you have AI project you start working on your laptops and you want to have infrastructure, it's ideally move to the cloud right away, right? Because it's flexible. You don't know the workload, you don't know what's going on, eventually you need to try out, test it out. That's perfect fine, for the smaller scale of the, for the project, right? But when you come to an inflection point, so after this point, so then you will spend a lot of money, right? So because once the model getting bigger, right, the data size getting larger, data sets, and also the training time, it could be 24/7, right? So all the charge of the GPUs, that's the costly, right? Storage cost, right? And also frequency of the access, ingress of data, data transfer, and the replication. All that can make you infrastructure cost for cloud is skyrocket, okay? I will show you in next few slides, we'll have to give you more details for this. So what is the estimation inflation point we were talking about, right? So what that means is if you spending like 100,000 to 150,000 per month in cloud GPU, okay, and the spend is about $1.2 to $1.8 million per year, okay? So at this point, the organization will beginning seriously consider on-premise AI clusters, okay? Especially for you training large models and the data privacy and the cost control reasons, right? So if you see, the table here, right? Let's see, A100, H100 GPUs can cost $3 to $7 per hour per GPU, right? Running, let's say 8 GPUs 24/7, it's a cost like close to 40,000 per month, right? And the data ingress and the data storage, orchestration, idle time, total often reach 100K plus monthly, right? For middle to large workload, right? So on the table here is, if on-premise solution will be, for example, you buy from us, it's only 500K, right? Adding power, cooling, support, total cost in 3 years is far less than the ongoing cloud spend, right? So break even reach like a 5 to 15 months, right? So that's the fact, all right? So let's compare with 8 NVIDIA H100 GPUs, 122 terabyte of data storage, performance monitoring, and intrusion detection systems capabilities, okay? So for us, we're selling 350,000, right? So, but NVIDIA don't have 4 GPUs configurations. Minimum is 80 GPUs, okay? So it's not applied here, so, okay. But on the cloud, it's 38,000, for Amazon, 34,000 for Google, right? So I'll give you the breakdown here. Okay, for AWS breakdown is the compute 35,000, storage 2,000, intrusion detection 100, and the performance monitoring 29. So add together, so 38,387, right? So then for the Google, it is similar, right? So compute 31,000, right? Storage 2,000, intrusion detection 72, and performance monitoring so 5.50. So total is 34,373, right? That's the cost, right? So let's compare apple to apple, right? So that is 800, okay, NVIDIA H100 GPUs, 500 terabyte of data storage, performance monitoring, and intrusion detection, okay? So we are selling 500K. So NVIDIA will be minimum is 707K. The reason is because NVIDIA systems, they don't have data storage. They have the using the certified third parties of the like Dell EMC and the NetApps or Pure Storage, right? In order for the data storage part. So that's why it's so costly, right? So for Amazon AWS is 84,000 per month. Google is 47 per month. So here's the breakdown. If you see for this 8 NVIDIA H100 GPUs and also the 500 terabyte of data storage, performance monitoring, intrusion detection systems features include. So that costs 71K for the compute, 11K for the storage, performance monitoring, and 159, and the intrusion detection 140, and only just for data transfer it costs $900 per year, per month. Okay, $900 just for data transfer. Okay. So likewise for Google will be 9,000 for compute, 20,000 for storage, 1,000 for performance monitoring, 80,000 for intrusion detection systems. Networking, 80,000, additional service 500. So that is the cost of the Google platform. Okay, so that's why the monthly savings is big. If you're using our systems, right? So you can save in money cost savings is $9.3 million in 3 years, right? Compared with AWS, right? So one time, I mean, you pay 2.91 million for us, right? But for in 3 years cost that much, but for AWS will cost $11.94 million. Okay, here all are the breakdowns. Okay. Likewise, if you let's say buy the same like 32 NVIDIA GPUs with 1 petabyte of data storage, right? That this kind of configuration, this is just an example of configuration. So you can save $1.2 million just one-time fee by them and by us, right? So here is the breakdown of the cost, right? So the other thing is for the AI infrastructure, a major concern in the industry is the power, right? So for NVIDIA DGX 100, the power, it's not including the data storage, the power consumption of the kilowatts. It costs the 10.2 kilowatts, all right? So compared to us, right, we have the GPUs, the cost of the power, and the console server, and the storage server, and the analyzer monitoring, and all the switches all added together is only 8.475 kilowatts. So you save $2,000 per year, right? $2,200 per year. So just like 80 GPUs I'm talking about here. So you talk about 128 GPUs, it's the same thing. Your cost savings per year will be $6,637 per year, right? That's the breakdown. You're using the DGX 100 base part, and there's 215.81 kilowatts. Likewise, use hours, right? You are using the same, will be far less in power, right? 165.294 kilowatts, right? Here's all other breakdowns in details, right? So, okay, why we can do that? So everybody will be asking why, right? Why you can have this kind of cost savings? The reason is we're using industrial standard systems and components, right? Let me give you an example. Let's say if we want to use the computer nodes, right? We can buy either from Dell or HP or Supermicro, right? So all these systems with NVIDIA GPUs is 100% compatible, right? With it's certified by the NVIDIA. So all the tools can be run, can be used, right? The rest of all that, the components like the system, the switches, the other peripherals, everything we can use industrial standards, systems and also components, right? So there's a compatibility, right? Seamless integration to a variety of hardware and software ecosystems, right? And the proven components with extensive testing and the support network. It's very easy to get support, right? Cost efficiency, because we can, due to competitive pricing and to multi-vendor sourcing. That's the example. That can become, that's why the price can be lower, right? And the performance optimization, we can special configurable, especially for AI in the data analytics workload, right? And of course, simplify the maintenance, because the components is widely available. I mean, you can reduce the downtime to repair the complexity. It's very easy to repair. Of course, will be power savings, right? So because we can select the different components and fully like end-to-end integration, right? And the system customization to minimize electricity use, okay? So that's everything together. That's why the cost is very low, right? And the power is used much less, right? So let me give you an example why, another why, right? Why you cost effective, right? So here I'm comparing with AI network comparison, right? For the networks comparison, right? I'm not comparing with the AI storage comparison, right? Or computer comparison. I'm comparing with network comparison, right? So common AI networks, right? It consists of the 4 separate subnets, right? You have management plane, computer network, storage network, and the BMC, monitoring network. So 4 separate networks, adding the complexity, using more network equipment, use more energy, slow down the AI jobs performance, and hide the total cost, right? But for us, we're using 2 separate networks. We combine, management plan and the compute network and the storage network, and so that's 2 separate networks, right? You're using less switches or routers, right? Equipment you use less, right? So reduce the complexity, use less network equipment, use less energy, improve AI job performance, right? Lower the total cost. So that is the example. There are lots of innovation there, in terms of the configuration and the integration. We can not just a cost-effective way we can serve the customer. Also, at the same time, we can improve the performance for training or inference for AI workload. Okay. All right, here is the design, the layout of the rack, of the cluster, right? So on the bottom is storage systems, right? And then come down to up will be computer nodes, right? Here is about 4 GPUs, right? So H100 GPUs, and then here is the 122 terabyte of the NVMe drives, right? So your customer can choose the operating systems, right? CentOS or Ubuntu, like that. And then rest of the slots is for scalability. Later on, when you want to scale, you want to add more computer resources, we can just slice the system in, right? So BMC servers here, all right? Then here is the Quantia, the cluster manager, okay? And also intrusion detection, performance monitoring analyzer here, okay? So the top one is Quantia condition, is the smart switch. It's at 400 gigabits per second for now, right? For AI cluster. So here's fully populated, the nodes of the rack, right? And likewise, as I mentioned to you before, in general, you can choose the different GPUs, right? NVIDIA's A100, Air 40S, all kinds of GPUs you can choose. And also the storage, the customer can choose the performance or capacity, right? We have multiple, hard drive devices available for you pick and choose for the size of the data storage, right? So, and the other one is also as I said, is a pick choose of the operating systems you wanted, right? And then here's another one. It's called 2U computer nodes configuration. Means the only difference is 1U have 2 GPUs. 2U nodes you can put 4 GPUs there, right? That's the only difference. Okay, everything else is the same. So this one is for it's the same for AMD GPUs, right? It's likewise. You can choose the GPUs, right? AMD, MI 300, MI 250X, lots of options you can do, and likewise the storage devices you can select. Okay, let's talk about Quantia condition, the top of the switch. So this is on the top of the rack, right? This one is the distribute. To routing distribute the packets, right? Send the packets to multiple computer nodes and the multiple storage nodes, right? Also, they mirror the traffic out of band, and the traffic come to Quantia QI, like a network analyzer, right? This is also a cluster manager on these nodes. So basically, latency and the congestion reporting, right? Workloads, mapping GPU storage nodes, and the dedicated ports to offload mirror the traffic to Quantia QI analyzer. Okay, that's mainly the function for this smart switch. All right, let's talk about Quantia QI. All right, QI is performance monitoring and the intrusion detection systems. So at the same time, these nodes also is doing QAI cluster manager, right? So it's fast. Today's at 400 gigabits per second, right? All the protocols like Rocky V2, and all the networking protocol monitoring, analytics, and RDMA monitoring, and these are protocols for AI network, specialized for the AI network. And also the last one is a very important one, is called expandable storage for longer retention period. So why this is important? Because if you have a cluster, you want to know how the cluster performed in the last 3 months, let's say half year, right? Is there's any GPU idle? Is any GPU busy? What happens, right? For all those conditions, the data, the workloads, the trends, right? For the performance side, for the GPU and the system functions. At the same time, also you can find out the log of the, let's say, maybe the malware, intrusion detection. Maybe you have a DDoS attack, for example, right? So all that you can do audit in the past, let's say 3 months or 5 months or a year. That can be very, very valuable. Okay, so as long we have, extendable enough data storage, we can, have longer retention period. This is a very good features. All right. Okay. So besides just hardware, that's not enough, right? So when you purchase a cluster infrastructure from us, right, we make things much, much easier for you, right? All-in-one convenience, fully integrated, right? Pre-configured, okay? What that means is almost like a plug-in and play by nature, right? So what that means is we configure the network for you, whatever the settings for you, right? The console server for BMC connected, DHCP, namespaces, data storage server provided, Linux installed, Kubernetes master allocated, right? And also the filter direct traffic data set up already, right? So ready to capture, analyze the data traffic monitoring between all the nodes, the performance, right? And also intrusion detection enabled, right? So this is very, very valuable because lots of customer, as I see, is let's say if you buy the cluster from Dell, right? You buy a cluster from HP, the racks system, everything there, but you need a high consultant to do everything, right? You need expertise in AI network consultant. You need expertise in the AI storage, right? Expertise, all that, compute, all that, you cost lots of money, right? It's costly. So that's why this all-in-one convenience, fully integrated, so we can do everything for you. So for your life, make your life lots of easier. Okay, you don't have to spend lots of time, lots of money, to get a consulting company working for you, and then you don't have to internally get lots of manpower and the people to set up to get this running for you, right? This is our advantage. Okay, it's very good. We are standing out like this. Okay, compared with others. Okay, what happens for the smaller startups and also for the even medium-sized companies or large companies? They don't want to host. They don't want to have their some don't have their data center. They want to let you manage everything, right? So certainly we can hosting for you, right? We have the partners like a CoSide or Equinix. We have we can do that for you, to support for you. So that is the cost of a 42U rack, right? You can totally hands off. So you just do, but the systems, the cluster you bought is yours, right? It's still yours. You can train as many time as you want. You can do as much anything you want, right? You just need to remove the dying, and this is yours, right? It's nothing the same as like on the cloud, right? So there's very much is we provide everything for you, completely hassle-free, right? So make you own your on-premise AI cluster with ease, okay? That is what we try to do. Want to make it as convenient for you as possible. Okay, so then for all those software, what happens to software? Because as I mentioned to you, right, this the cluster is 100% compatible with NVIDIA tools. Here's all the list of tools here, okay? And also, because from our knowledge, from some of our customers, the customer doesn't want to use the cluster only training, right? Training all the time. After done training, they also can test to do inferencing. They want to do inferencing. After the inferencing, they also want to do, let's say, development, right? Here's all the available tools. It's available for you to do, development, right? As a development platform cluster, you can, for example, you can develop an agent, right? So that is much more flexible. It's not just for purely one purpose, okay? It's a multi-purpose cluster for you. So yes, so we bring AI to every business, right? So right now, most in AI infrastructure is dominated by tech giants, right? Where unless you have lots of money, you can use have an AI cluster, right? Like a Meta or like a XAI, right? And but for small and medium-sized business, it's impossible. I mean, because the cost is really high, right? So we are enable every company to own your own AI infrastructure, avoid the costly proprietary or maybe NVIDIA cluster or cloud subscriptions, right? To protect your proprietary data, right? So the cluster is customizable. I mean, as I mentioned to you, it's flexible to meet the specific industry needs, right? Whether you are doing in healthcare, finance, or manufacturing, right? So you always can, as long you are the AI projects, we are here for you. Yeah. So the features that matters, yeah, the features, number one is affordability, right? You're starting small, we adjust to meet your customer budget, right? And the customizable, right? And configure for you, as I mentioned to you, from the systems, GPUs, storage, and also also the software, right? So then from small 1 nodes, 2 nodes to 100 plus nodes, right? This is scalability, right? And the data privacy, again, and building performance monitoring, and the security is integrated intrusion detection systems for robust threat protection, right? Is there. So yeah, tailorable to your needs, right? Flexible hardware and the software options, right? You choose different GPUs, you choose different operating systems, choose different storage sizes, for special for you. So customize your infrastructure based on workload types, right? For deep learning, natural language processing, right? Computer vision, or LLMs, or generative AI. So all that you can tailor the configure the cluster for you. So yeah, starting small, scale big, right? As I said before, it's starting small, 1 node, 2 nodes, 2 or 4 GPUs, then coming to 100 plus nodes with many GPUs. And the clusters are designed to seamlessly scalable. Yeah, that's just you can see that, right? And so ensure your infrastructure grows in tandem with your AI demands without compromise the performance and the security, okay? So custom solutions for any industry. So it doesn't matter you different industries, as long you have AI projects, you need some platform to train, you need infrastructure, right? And we are here for you. Doesn't matter healthcare and finance, insurance, telecom, retail, manufacturing, we are here for you, okay? Yeah, so for the security and the integrity of the cluster, we have many features, capabilities, right? Here are just a number of few, right? We can protect your business from data leaking, safeguard against the insider threat, right? Compliance made simple, right? And also advanced threat detection with deep packet inspection, purely from protocol of the networking also to analyze, right? So last one is a detailed forensic and extended response, okay? Extended response, we can set up alert to you, what happens for the system, what happened, right? Like, for example, security or performance instance, right? We can set up an alert to you, send an email to you, and things like that, right? So the detailed forensics, right? As I mentioned to you, we have a unique capability to log your past instance, right? Past history of the data, of the training, of all the computing, all security, all the data we can recording for you, right? You can go back to monthly or even half year or yearly, right? As long you have enough capacity of the data storage, we always can get everything for you. So that is very valuable. Okay, I don't think anybody do that right now. Okay, likewise for the performance, right? So understand the traffic across the AI networks, right? So and prevent the data loss and optimize the bandwidth usages, detect congestion issues, right? Ensure balanced workloads, right? Keep your system flowing and minimize the delays and the jitter. We have much more, lots of more, the capabilities and the features we can set up for you for this performance optimization, right? Here are just a name view here. And so the other thing is, because this is much more complicated is the infrastructure, right? If the customer need additional consulting help, we always can give, right? For example, if they need like a orchestration management setup, for example, Kubernetes containers, right? We can help to consulting setup for you, right? For let's say if a customer want to like scheduling, right? Like a bare metal type of the scheduling management setup, we definitely can do for you, such as Slurm, right? And other tools, we always can consulting for you, help you. Okay. So the last one is the storage, because data storage consulting, this is a very critical part of the cluster, right? And because the data is everything, right? The performance, the scalability, all matters. So we can help you, set up, consulting, right? Whatever, NFS, HDFS, right? Ceph, BEGFS, and then Nostr, all that kinds of specific file systems you need help to set up, we will do for you. So here is the standing out, right? Why we standing out from others, right? If you're looking for the features, affordable, all-in-one convenience, built-in security monitoring, scalability, flexibility, right? Network analytics, data storage, right? We have all of this, right? NVIDIA doesn't have all of this, right? But for cloud, yes, you have scalable, but at a high cost, right? Data storage, yes, data storage, cloud can provide, but at a high cost, it's very expensive. So I also want to give you one example is the AI infrastructure is totally different than traditional IT infrastructure, right? Here, I only give you network examples here, right? For traditional network, IT infrastructure is a control user access network, north-south network. Loosely coupled applications, TCP is the primary protocol, network protocol. No bandwidth flow and utilization with high jitters tolerance, right? Overscript topology, heterogeneous traffic, statistical multipathing, right? But for AI cluster, AI infrastructure is totally different. That fabric network is east-west. So most of the data is staying in the data center, okay? So then it's tightly coupled with coupled process, right? RDMA is the primary protocol, okay? High bandwidth flows utilization, no jitter tolerance, non-blocking topology, right? Bursty network capacity, right? Predictive performance. So this is very much different, vastly different, right? So the measurement, key measurement also is different. The measurement is mainly for AI optimized network is how long AI training jobs takes from start to finish, right? This is a measurement. It's totally different than the traditional infrastructure, right? So because of that, right? So We, provide additional, the consulting service. Consulting service, we can, much more comprehensive kinds of consulting, right? We can design, create, and your favorite AI infrastructure. We're working with you. What initially you want to, what do you want to do, right? And so what that means is we have like a key services, right? So as I mentioned to you before, is like a high performance storage and the server configurations, right? And then also we can help you to migrate from cloud to on-premise solutions. Okay, that's kinds of consulting, absolutely necessary. And also an advanced network setup for seamless data flow, right? And the security measures, okay, including the such as firewall intrusion detections. So and continuous monitoring and scalability solutions, right? So why you choose us, right? So because of proven expertise in AI network solutions, right? And we have tailored strategies for your unique business needs, right? Focus on maximize the performance and the return of investment, right? So that's the reason. You can consider us because we are not just giving you the hardware, sending you the hardware, but all this come with that. It's very valuable, right? You can be like a one-stop shop, right, for us, right? So ensure the optimized development, the performance, and the scalability for your networks, for your AI workloads, right? So this is our goal, right? Design and create your favorite infrastructure, right? Yeah, we have some award, right? We in past 5 years, we have Best Santa Clara Award for the category of software and the networking company, right? So it's like it's good cutting edge AI infrastructure, for the 5 years for the for the customer, right? This is the award we have. So again, now just tell you in the beginning. So there are lots of I guess the terminologies, right, in the infrastructure, in AI, in the networking, and in AI compute and the storage, right? So you don't have to know everything, right? You don't have to take away everything I said before, but just one here is only two takeaway points you should be really, know. About from this talk, right? So number one is we provide a viable AI infrastructure solution alternative, right, to NVIDIA and the cloud solutions with 30% and the 50% money savings, okay? And another one here is on-premise AI infrastructure is cost effective, right? This is very important one because not just cloud, right? Cloud will eventually will not be economical for your growth of you really control your AI destiny, right? So here will be like avoid costly cloud subscriptions and protect your proprietary data, right? With on-premise infrastructure, right? So Quantia QAI cluster scales seamlessly, from 4 GPUs, to 100 plus nodes with many GPUs as your business grow, right? Okay, here is the contact information of the company, right? You can contact us. You can come to our website, and for more details, you can give us a call, right? So this is the information here. And then the last one is here is my email address and my LinkedIn profile, right? So for any questions, anything you want to talk about, please email me. Email me probably better. Sometimes LinkedIn get more confusing. Too many requests, too many connections, makes not easy to find. Right? But email, use this email address, is definitely much more easier to communicate, to answer your questions. Okay. And then, so finally, I will see is, so Quantia QAI cluster. The goal here is to democratize AI infrastructure for all, right? So mainly here is affordable and scalable and AI cluster with customizable and options for your business. All right. So thank you for listening. Thank you for joining. So for any questions. Okay, so let's see. So the first question, so first question is, do you have any offer, right, with pay-as-you-go options, perhaps with admin web apps, where we can add a resource? Okay, so the answer to you is this is not cloud, right? So the cloud is you can add resources as you wish, right? You can add very easily. I mean, from the click as web apps to do that. But for resource, remember, this is an on-premise solution, right? You decide that it's infrastructure in the beginning is what kinds of configuration you need, right? For example, how many GPUs, right? Initially, maybe you want 10 GPUs or 20 GPUs, whatever you do, the cluster will set up for you, right? But for scalability means for this infrastructure, you want to scale, right? So we will adding additional nodes for you, right? This is not on the as web apps you do. I would say as a SaaS or cloud service, it's nothing to do that. But you can do is from the GUI of the cluster manager, you can add in the nodes, right? For example, you can add in different Kubernetes containers. You can do that, but it's not like exactly like a cloud, right? You pay as you go, right? But this pay as you go come down to the infrastructure, right? This infrastructure related to the hardware, right? And this scalability, yes, we can scale for you, right? But the scale, the adding additional nodes, we can, definitely remember I showed the rack. You have multiple slides. You can, for additional, systems to put in, right? You can automatically increase the capacity, right? But there's still the management console, management GUI is on the cluster manager, right? It's not on the cloud. It's a cluster manager, right? So that's the question. So great presentation. We get the record slides to make it easy to follow up. Or can we get the recording slides? Yes. After this talk, right, you will get the presentation here at ID to IPO site. You will see all the presentations, the slides there, right? So there one, Is the live recorded? Yes, recorded. Yeah. So another question is, where are you located, right? So we are located in the Santa Clara, California, right? Silicon Valley, south of San Francisco, right? So close to San Jose, close to the Mountain View, right? So that is our location. Okay, thank you for the illustration. Can I get the record, please? Slide. Yeah, this one is, as I said, the slides we are posted. Talk you will on Ideal to IPO repository. You will get the link will send it to you. You will get it, right? Okay. So basic question. I joined a little late. Do you host this solution, or do we need to make space on our on-premise? You don't have to, right? So we can host it for you, right? Let's say you don't have a server room, you don't have a data center, and definitely, we can host it for you, right? In the very good, actually, it's very good the provider, like CoSite or like Equinix. It's very good, environment, very good, provider for you, right? So you don't have to, put it on your site, right? So, and we can manage it for you, so make life easier for you. Okay, are you affected by tariffs? Okay, I believe all U.S. companies affected by tariffs, right? There's no question, right? So that means the price will increase, right? That's true. For even consumers, the eggs, right? The vegetables will increase. So certainly the systems, all that will be, adjusted to the tariff, right? So, do you have free or low cost infrastructure? Or free and the low cost trial. So what we have is we have the remote login, right? The infrastructure, right? For you to just have some feeling of the what cluster looks like, right? What is the nodes you can add, all that, right? So yeah, you can send an email to me. We can make some arrangement, right? Let's see, what it looks like. And at the same time, you're looking at my slides, right? So for your specific needs, we can talk about, to come up with the better solution. I mean, fits your needs basically. Okay. Okay. How long have you been in business, right? So the company started at 2011, right? As you see, we have some US patents, right? So it's a technology company, and we already have very big big company as our customer, right? For example, we have FedEx, we have CarMax, right? In the US, we have SoftBank in Japan, NTT Japan, Fujitsu, and the Japanese government. And we also have, Singapore Telecom, right? So we have lots of attractions in Asia, including, like India, like other countries, right? It's the product, we have, it's already, mature, right? So we have been in business for a long time. So basically, how many employees do you have? Okay, we have 25, right? And so yeah, we keep hiring, so. Are you profitable company? Yes, we do, right? We do profitable. Can I get slides? Yeah. Okay, can I get, yes, as I said, you will get slides from the ID to IPO website. The link will send it to you by the organizer, right? Okay. Do you provide a 24/7 customer service? Yes, we do. Okay, because as long if this is mission critical, you need this kind of support. Yeah, we do for you, right? Oh, okay. So you said maximize the slides. Yeah, slides is maximize there. Okay. Okay. Do you offer payment plans? Yes, we can talk about that. Definitely, we try to make things easier for you as much as we can. For different customers, for startups, we always try to be flexible for you. Okay, so okay, what position are you hiring for? Okay. So currently, we are looking for especially knowing AI, right? AI model training, agent development, and also at the same time knowing the infrastructure, right? Especially we need people know more about the the compute, the storage, right? The specifically in the in the AI networking, right? This have a particular kinds of the knowledge, right? As I mentioned to you before, the traditional network infrastructure is totally different than the AI infrastructure, right? So that's why the skill set is totally different. And also, you need a willing to learn, and also because the technology changes all the time, right? So you need to be ready to adapt for that, right? Okay. 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 Where are your customer service team located? Okay. The service team primarily located in Santa Clara, right? For the overseas customers, we do have partners. For example, we have partners in India, we have partners in Singapore, we have partners in Japan, right? All those partners, they do frontline support, okay? But our main backend service support is located in Santa Clara. Our service team is located here. Okay. Are you compete with Amazon cloud services? Yes, definitely. Because remember, we are the alternative, right? To the Amazon cloud services. They charge a lot, right? In 3 years, they charge for, as an example before, for 32 GPUs or something, right? You can save about $9 million, 11 years, right? I'm sorry, 3 years, right? So that is really, big deal, right? It's a similar service, but it's an on-premise solution for you, okay? You have an advantage. You own your own AI cluster and control your own AI destiny, right? Otherwise, you depend on Amazon, right? Amazon cost, the bills comes in, you have to find out what's going on the bills, right? If suddenly increase. Many customer we saw is they just crazy to see the charges, the cloud provider, the bills sent in, right? It's not predictable, but we provide a predictable, on-premise solution for you, right? You really want you can control, right? So for scalability, all that you can do. Okay, why are you better than NVIDIA? Okay, we are not better than NVIDIA. We use NVIDIA GPUs, right? NVIDIA GPUs, and also the difference we better in cost, or sometimes even in performance, is we using industrial standard components and systems, right? because this is much later than NVIDIA's vertical integrated cluster, right? They integrate from the bottom up, right? From the board, right? From the networking, right? From the, they bought Monolux, right? The Israelis, networking company that integrate everything into their cluster. That's why it costs so expensive, right? If you buy, let's say, 128 GPUs, they call base part, it costs you $9 million, right? So we are just better in price, definitely, right? All the tools you can use, no question. We just be more flexible than NVIDIA, provide this their own, vertical integrated the solution, right? So that is in the sense of better, okay? Yes, not all engineers. Okay, the question is, are your employees all engineers? Right. So what I say here is all engineers. We also have marketing, sales, right? We have partnership, building, all that. So it's not just engineers. Is there a list of job opening on your website? Yeah, we have some job opening on the website. Yeah, we do. Is your service month to month, or do you require long-term contract? Okay. Yeah, we can do month to month the service, right? Just for your needs, right? Let's say if you using for 3 months, you don't need, you can handle yourself, that's fine. We don't have to get involved. Don't have to be long-term contract. Okay. How long does it take to get started as a client? Okay. Now it's not too long, right? So basically, as long as you have a requirement, the workload, what kind type of the models you built, right? And so this, we can talk to us, then we can help you to decide, what kinds of hardware you choose, right? Also, what kind of GPUs you want to use, right? And how many computer nodes you want, how many data storage you want, right? All that, and the operating systems, everything, you let us know, and we set up for you, right? I would say in less than 2 months. I mean, that's as long all the components is ready, we can ship to you as fast as we can, right? Not too long. We are very flexible. Okay. Okay. The other question is, we prices be going up or down over time? Okay. So yeah, so this have multiple factors, right? Number one is the tariff, right? You know that one. But secondly, also the GPU is in high demand, right? If you're looking for NVIDIA GPUs, like H100 is 40,000, right? So this is very high. There's no way you can yeah, get the price down, right? Because the demanding is so high, especially generative AI. This wave is continues to grow, right? The scaling laws, right, like that. There's no way, the price, I would say, unpredictable. I mean, could be up, could be down, right? Let's see if the more GPUs available, let's say more people not use NVIDIA's, maybe use AMD's, right? So then, or Intel's, for example, then definitely the price will come down, right? Right now, mostly expensive one is NVIDIA GPUs, okay? That's very, very expensive. Does this use a lot of electricity? Yes, as I mentioned to you, we use less electricity, all right? You compare it to the NVIDIA's, H100, right? So, I mean, you save lots of money for the electricity, okay? All right, any more questions? All right, thank you everyone for joining the join the call, join the talk, and email me, anything you want, right? So let's, keep in touch. My email address is here, nnew@quantia.com. All right, thank you. Nice to see everybody. Okay, bye.